Have you ever driven down a deserted road late at night and felt that strange prickle on the back of your neck? That feeling that you're not entirely alone, and bizarre encounters people have had on those dark, empty highways. We're talking near-miss accidents, brushes with crime, and mysteries that remain unsolved to this day. Let's start in Australia, on the Hume Highway. It was April 18th, 2021, around 7:40 p.m. A man named Mitch Kuhn was driving his truck, towing a trailer, cruising at about 96 kilometers per hour. Suddenly, his headlights caught something standing right in the middle of his lane. It looked like a small child, wearing a blue hoodie, with a heavy trailer behind him. Swerving was not an option. He braced for impact, but somehow, he missed the figure by mere inches. Shaken, he immediately called the police. Here's where it gets strange. A sigh of relief, right? A later report stated that no one was ever found. A massive search operation continued until nearly 4 in the morning, involving multiple units, but they turned up nothing. The case officially became a mystery. Some theories suggest it was a simple miscommunication, or perhaps the child's parents found them before the police arrived. Others wonder about something more sinister, like an abduction. Could it have been a trick of the fog? A misidentification? Maybe. Now let's travel to Rogue River, Oregon, in the United States. On May 8th, 2021, at 2:30 in the morning, a group of friends were driving when they saw a woman sitting on the side of the road. She was soaking wet, shivering in the 9°C weather, and repeatedly striking her own head. Their first thought was that it was a setup trap to get them to stop and rob them. Wisely, they decided to stay in their locked car and call 911. When police arrived, the scene started to make a terrifying kind of sense. They found water trails leading from the nearby river and scrape marks on the embankment. They soon located her car and identified her as May, a 28-year-old student who had been reported missing. It turned out May was suffering from extreme stress, partly due to being stalked. This likely triggered a dissociative fugue, a rare psychiatric condition where a person loses awareness of their identity and travels away from home. She had driven herself there, somehow ended up in the freezing river, and managed to swim out. This case teaches a crucial lesson. You can help without putting yourself in danger. If you see someone in distress, stay in your vehicle, lock your doors, turn on your hazard lights, and call emergency services with your precise location. What looks like a threat might be a medical or mental health crisis, and that person desperately needs help. But sometimes, the threat is all too real. In Sheffield, UK, back in 2016, a family had a terrifying encounter during the infamous killer clown craze. While driving, a person dressed as a clown suddenly blocked their path. When they tried to drive around, the clown gave chase. This happened just days after another incident in the area where someone in a clown costume had attacked a person with a real knife. Faced with a potential attacker, the driver had no choice but to floor it to escape, a decision that could have ended tragically for either the family or the person in the costume. It is a stark reminder that what seems like a prank can escalate into a life-or-death situation in an instant. Similarly, what looks like a crime scene might not be what you think. In Texas, in 2018, a driver came across what appeared to be a dead body lying across the highway lane. It was a horrifying sight, but luckily, the car ahead of them had also seen the figure, stopped at a safe distance, and called the police. It turned out the person on the road wasn't a victim of foul play, but the driver from a single-car DUI crash who had wandered out of his wrecked vehicle and collapsed on the asphalt. He was alive, but completely disoriented. The lesson here is clear. Never assume. What looks like a murder scene or a trap might be something else entirely. The protocol is always the same. Keep your distance. Do not touch anything or anyone. Call the police immediately. And if you have a dash cam, let it record. Of course, some roadside encounters are exactly as sinister as they appear. One of the most infamous historical cases is that of the Texarkana Phantom in 1946. A young couple parked on a lover's lane was ambushed by a man wearing a white pillowcase over his head with eye holes cut out. He attacked them before they managed to escape. The Phantom went on to murder several other people with a .32 caliber pistol. A primary suspect, Yohul Sweeney, was eventually jailed for other crimes, but the Phantom murders were never officially closed, leaving a dark shadow over the town for decades. More recently, in January 2024, a trucker in Western Australia captured some deeply unsettling dashcam footage. In the dead of night, His headlights illuminated two figures on the side of the highway, appearing to drag a large, heavy object across the road. The grainy footage is hard to decipher, but some frames seem to show human-like legs on the object being dragged. Was it a person? The identity of the figures and their motives remain a complete mystery, leaving a chilling what-if hanging in the air. And sometimes, the danger comes directly for you. In 2018, an Uber driver on Long Island, New York, found his car blocked by another vehicle. The other driver got out, walked up to the Uber, and smashed the window. The Uber driver sped off, but the attacker got back in his car and gave chase. He was relentless, pursuing the Uber through multiple turns. The terrified driver's only lucky break came when he reached an intersection where a police car just happened to be present. The attacker was promptly arrested for DUI and reckless endangerment. Without that chance encounter with law enforcement, who knows how it would have ended? These stories, from historical accounts to recent dashcam footage, reveal common patterns of danger on the road at night. The unknown is what makes these situations so terrifying. Is it a prank, a medical emergency, a trap? So, what can you do? Based on these real-life encounters, here's a simple 5-rule survival guide for the road. 1. Don't stop in your lane. Stopping in a live lane of traffic is incredibly dangerous for you and other drivers. 2. Stay in your car. Do not get out to confront someone or investigate a strange scene. Lock your doors. 3. Call emergency services immediately. Be as specific as you can. 4. Observe and document. Keep your dashcam running. Maintain a safe distance. And use your mirrors to stay aware of your surroundings. Don't get so focused on what's in front of you that you miss a threat from behind. And 5. Seek safety. If you feel you're being followed or are in danger, do not drive home. Drive to a well-lit, populated area like a police station, fire department, or a 24-hour gas station. When possible, stick to busier, well-lit routes, even if it takes a little longer. The world is full of unexplained events and unpredictable people. Driving at night can feel like navigating through a different world, one where the ordinary rules don't always apply. By staying calm, cautious, and prepared, you give yourself the best chance of turning a potentially tragic story into one you can tell later. Stay safe out there. Thanks for watching, and if you have a chilling road story of your own, share it in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.